No, Sam, come. So this video was requested by my brother here.
Yup.
So we have every team's best offseason moves. Starting with the Atlanta Hawks, their best offseason moves was stealing Bogdanovich from the Kings. So that was very crazy. Next we had the Celtics' best offseason move was getting Tristan Thompson because it was very good. He's a very good. They needed more depth. So yeah, mostly these will be signings, but for the Bulls it is Patrick Williams, drafting Patrick Williams because fourth overall pick, he has some potential, but it's kind of not that good. Next we have the Kings the Cavs, I'm sorry. Their best move was getting Isaac Okoro, because they didn't really sign anyone. So yeah. Next we have the Hornets. Their best move was drafting LaMelo Ball because he is a very good player, very skillful, and second is Gordon Hayward. So next we have the LA Clippers. Come on, bro. Lakers stealing Montrezl Harrell with a very close second Dennis Schroeder trade, but no one really knew that Harrell would go to Lakers. It's very shocking. So we have the Heat. Their best move was getting Avery Bradley because he's a very good defender, and he's going to fill the role of Derrick Jones Jr. / Jay Crowder. Next we have the New Orleans Pelicans, whose best move is getting Steven Adams from the trade and stealing all the picks from Jrue Holiday because that trade was very good for the Pelicans. They got Bledsoe, Steven Adams, and a ton of good picks. Next, we had the Knicks, and their best move was drafting Obi Toppin, who slid down to 8. Scared, maybe the Cavs, they were probably scared that the Cavs would draft him, but they were going to definitely draft him if he was on the board, and they did. Very good player, John Wooden Award. Next, we have the Nets, and their best move right now, they really haven't made too many moves unless they're going to make a James Harden trade. But their best move right now is getting the Landry Shamet for the 19th overall pick. He's a very good shooter. Next, we have the Clippers, whose best move is getting Serge Ibaka and stealing Luka Doncic. Serge filling Montrezl's whole role. Next, we have the Thunder. Their best move is trading veterans, just getting draft picks for a lot of stuff. Next, the Warriors. Sadly, Klay Thompson's injured, but their best move was drafting James Wiseman. They really need a center, and also Kelly Oubre trade. Toronto Raptors lost a few players, but their best move, I guess, because we're not counting re-signing, so their best move is getting Aaron Baines to go to the Raptors. He was very good as a bench center in the Suns. Next, we have the Sixers, whose best move was trading Big Al Horford contract for a decent player in Danny Green and Terrence Ferguson. Like, Al Horford's contract is much worse than Danny Green, so they're very lucky. Daryl Morey is being very good with the Sixers right now. So next we have the Kings. Their best move is getting Hassan Whiteside, which they just got. Next we have the Rockets. I was about to say Hornets. I'm mixing a lot of teams up for random reasons. No reason actually. Rockets' best move is getting Christian Wood in a sign and trade deal. So yeah. Next we have the Spurs, and their best move was drafting Devin Vassell because they didn't really do anything in the offseason. Next we have the Dallas Mavericks, whose best move was getting Josh Richardson. They needed more defense and they got him. Next we have the Bucks, whose best move is getting Jrue Holiday. Even though it took like 3 draft picks, they got a very good player, but still they lost that trade. Next we have the Grizzlies, whose best move is actually they didn't really do anything in this offseason, so yeah. Sorry, if you're a Grizzlies fan, remind me of some moves they did. Next, we have the Pistons. Their best move was getting Jeremy Grant. No, not Jeremy Grant. Was getting, yeah, Jeremy Grant, a decent player but a horrible contract. And they also drafted Killian Hayes, which is a pretty good. Jeremy Grant is actually not their best because they have traded for Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey, which is their best player. The best move by the Indiana Pacers haven't really did anything this offseason, so yeah. I guess their draft pick was the best move. Next, we have the Trailblazers, whose best move is trading Trevor Ariza for Rocco. Robert Covington is one of the best defenders in the league right now. Next, we have the Timberwolves, whose best trade was picking Anthony Edwards. Very good, talented player, and also Ricky Rubio coming back. Next, we have the Wizards, whose best was stealing Denny Avdia, because he was projected to go like to the Bulls or like Cavs or something, but he slid all the way down. Next, we have the Utah Jazz. Their best move is bringing back Derek Favors, who was a very good piece while 2 years ago while being Rudy Gobert's backup. Next, we have the Phoenix Suns, whose best move, of course, is Chris Paul trade. They stole it because Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre got traded later for picks. So basically, the Thunder gave away Chris Paul for picks. Next, we have the Orlando Magic. Their best was getting Cole Anthony out of the draft. He was a top 5 player out of high school, but then slid. But still, he's very talented. And yeah, that was their best move. And finally, we have the Nuggets. Their best move was getting JaMychal Green to replace Jeremy Grant. JaMychal is a very good player. Was a very good player on the Clippers, even playing some small ball. Thank you guys for watching.